Principles and theories of language acquisitions and learning. So the first question will be, what is the language acquisition for you and why?
Language acquisition may be based on the how the people can visualize and based on the new languages. So, like for example, memorizing the new vocabularies, but the surface of the text, it is not useful. Well, the people maybe students need to image and also meaning and also pronunciation. They need to like memorize and master all the collaboration, I guess. Okay, so like if I just try to memorize the Tagalog language, but sounds like a really not a strange, but it's really it's kind of like, how do I say, pretty new. But also I need to like memorize the meaning and also our cultural background and also image. So language acquisition just not like, how do I say, not only the text. Try to memorize, try to master the collaboration. That's it.
What learning and acquisition techniques have you used in teaching second language? Cite a real-life scenario.
As I mentioned, get to the more detailed image of the vocabulary. I always use the. I mean, can I just tell you the some teaching approach, or just my learning experience, or like a teaching experience?
Teaching experience po, sir.
Oh, sure. Okay. So, introduction of the new lesson and their contrast and new vocabularies for students. And so I just always give them some detailed image of the new vocabulary first, and also pronunciation. Okay. And then, and how we gonna use the vocabulary also. So how do I say, like I'm always using the PowerPoint slide for the lesson. Do you want to see the my PowerPoint?
Sure, sir.
Like this. Like a shovel, food, and like this. Can you see this? Visible?
Yes po, sir. Visible.
Yeah, and also development strategy and putting the image and all out invasion. Like that, this lesson may be following the some history of the war and delivery of letters, and that's a PowerPoint slide. And let me share it. And this is not slideshow. Like this. And the basically this is like describing and activities, and then pair either partner try to explain the delivery of the letters without these target words, and every 5 seconds 5 hints, like it's like a synonym or some of the hint to describe the target vocabulary. Yeah. So this like PowerPoint slide always make my students spam. Okay. Like this and like this.
What are the acquisition barriers you have encountered in teaching English?
I focus on learning environment because here in Japan, like we are like a monolingual culture, because there is no like a main big tourist industry. So for the students, just they limited the chance to speak English. Like if out of the school, there is no chance to talk with the foreigners, and also even like their house and a home, nothing, there's no chance to talk in English. It's like we are similar in Taiwan and Korea. And in Philippines, you guys use the English main language and also academic language. But here in Japan, they always use the mother tongue. So just they are learning just a subject, not like a practical language for daily life.
How did you remove the barriers before, while, and after teaching English?
This is definitely a great question. As the English educator, and now the 21st century, we have a great technology and also internet connection. And so that is why I just launch online communication community, like online exchange community, like a global classroom. Because even though we don't have like a more specific chance to talk with the native speakers and also an English speaking country, like also Philippines, anytime we can create like a virtual learning environment. Okay. So then if we created some online community and I put a lot of students then into the community, and if they got some new friends worldwide, and automatically they're going to keep in touch. Like for example, they're gonna like exchange their Instagram account, and now they start exchanging cultural like the exchange, right? So back to the 20 years ago, and when I was a high school student, no internet. How are we gonna like meet the new people? I need to go to the United States, physically. That's it. So, but if I'm gonna focus on the internet, like online community, maybe I can take out the language barrier and also acquisition barrier easily. So that is why I'm focused building up the online community. That's it. Yeah.
Have you experienced any negative experiences before, during, and after you've learned about second language acquisition? If yes, can you share your experience? If not, why?
I used to live in Vancouver City, Canada. Looking back maybe 10 years ago, and then being a Starbucks staff and then like giving a great hospitality to the every customers. But well, sometimes like it's frustrated the customer like pushed by the like harsh morning, and so she just always point out my pronunciation mistakes. Well, that's maybe my pronunciation like irritate their like communication, I guess. So, but I guess the people learning the English as a second language, maybe sometimes like a native people or someone learning English as a second language point out their fluency or pronunciation. Maybe it's sometimes stress out, I guess. One more negative experience is in my high school, and most of the Japanese students don't want to make the mistakes and I mean like speaking English. Well, because the teacher always teach us the right way, right pronunciation. So that is why kind of like most of the students tend to be afraid of speaking English. I have no idea because I'm not kind of like a guy while making the mistakes and also even like chaotic grammar. Well, doesn't matter, I guess, if we just focus on the contents to convey the like to someone. So maybe a negative experience is that kind of things, I guess.
What methods help you before, during, and after learning about second language acquisition?
After coming back from Canada, and then keeping my communication skills and also English, and I just start taking the online English conversation class like every day. Well, it's 25 minutes lesson, one slot, but I took the lessons as many as possible. Well, I guess maximum 5 slots in a day, and I continue to speaking and also communicating the different people. I'm not like only the Filipinos, well, people from Armenia, South America, even like British people. So, okay, maybe the greatest powerful method is keep speaking, and then also continue to communicating with the someone we met for the first time, because it's maybe to get rid of the mental like barrier. Like practicing English is just like conversation practice, right? Wow. I know it's master grammar technique and then leading comprehension would be a foundation of the language acquisition. But maybe the goal and like practical lesson would be a conversation, right? So one more method is like dictation. Yeah, dictation and then shadowing would be the powerful, because those method and those practice brush up their confidence to speak English, and also like simultaneously it like boost their listening skills also.
Have you ever tried the grammar translation method while teaching a second language? If yes, why? If no, why?
Yeah, compared to explanation in mother tongue and English for grammar explanation, well, I guess quick method would be mother tongue. Yeah, right. So I guess I used a grammar translation method for writing class and also grammar lesson too.
Have you tried the audiolingual method in teaching a second language? If yes, why? If no, why?
Of course, use like some like clips of the movie, and also the student try to pretend the actor and the protagonist, like pronunciation, even like gestures. Yeah, because it's easy to copy their like feeling, and then also there's some like emotional contents. Yeah.
What communicative approaches have you used before, during, and after you've learned second language acquisition?
Discussion, debate, and then pair work, conversation training, and also like a online cultural exchange program, I guess. Cultural exchange program. It's like Japan and the Philippines, Japan and Germany, like a whole classroom exchange their like questions and answers.
As an educator of the second language, how do you ensure the focus of your learners? Can you share some techniques or strategies?
It depends on the maybe students, of course, and not like average high school students. We have, well, if you just think about students from Philippines, maybe like average English skill is pretty up and than Japan, right?
How do you transfer your learnings of the second language to your students other than the teaching process you usually do?
The first of all, I demonstrate my English skill and also communication skills, and then before the teaching assistant teacher, and also like um, someone living in the other countries, online or offline. And then they my pupils understand what my like English skills like you know good or bad, and then just like started telling them the how to be like this, how to become like someone like this. So I just telling them my experience and in the Vancouver and Canada, and working at the multinational company Starbucks, and also shadowing practice every day, and watching the Full House for the comedy. Yes, it's like PE teacher, like how to enjoy the basketball lesson, like demonstrate the speaking with the someone in living a country, and I'm just enjoy talking with them, like English conversation is pretty fun. So that is why you need to learn. Come on, let's go like this. I never start with the like vocabularies. Okay, we're gonna just follow the textbook. Come on, that's boring. It's a bullshit.
As a foreign educator and teacher of the second language or foreign language, how will you define interlanguage?
Well, here in Japan, we never use interlanguage, and like between English conversation. I mean, like in well, maybe a different like expression. It's always say that like if the English in the lingua franca like interlanguage, it's always define the the key to open the world door.
Are you familiar with fossilization in language acquisition?
So am I familiar with the facilitation in the language acquisition?
Yes. Are you familiar with that?
No.
We can skip this part, sir, if you don't.
Yeah,
If you're
not interested in.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
How do you motivate your learners to learn a second language? Your best practices or techniques in doing this motivation?
Set up the situation in my classroom and to help the people in their language activities. Like set up like situation the my pupils to save the someone suffer from the world issues.
How do you explain input and output to your second language learners? Can you cite some examples or time in your teaching experience?
Categorize as four skills and speaking and writing as output activities, and then reading and also listening and input activities. So it's I'm always said it's crucial for the students, I mean beginner, to take the balance. I mean taking a great balance for each practice it. And so and also writing and also speaking is they have a good relationship. And so if we want to like boost and enhance like a speaking activity, and then also we need to focus on the writing activities. Okay. Yeah. And also a listening skill, they have some relation with reading skill. So if you just practice on the reading aloud, like reading books every day, and also like a listening skill will be boosting around. I mean, like enhancing. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, like I'm just focused on the my master course also. All right. Okay.
How do you measure the following competence from your second language learners? A. Grammatical competence. B. Sociolinguistic competence. C. Strategic competence.
So measure, well, it's we have so many like assessment and diagnostic and also summative and also a formative assessment. So I don't have any right assessment to measure the aspect really solely. Okay. And okay, well, I guess like a discussion on the debates and also yeah, also summarize the context and contents, and also make it short, and also paraphrase and to the not like a different contents. It's like using a synonyms and like conversing the like a not a different, but just like differentiated words. Okay.